Hello and good day. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Coffee with Cody. I want to say thank you more than anything. Super fired up. If you're fired up about it's hump day, it's Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. And today we're chatting about our process. And this is there's a few reasons I want to record this video / podcast today because I'm going to use this as kind of a little bit of marketing collateral for our agency. Specifically because there's been a lot of people that have been asking specifically how your process works. I've been putting out a lot of diagrams and just really trying to unpack our IP. So that's been a really big focus for us over the last little while. So today we're going to chat about websites. We're going to chat about marketing. We're going to talk about how they play together. And I'm going to show you. So if you're listening back on iTunes or Spotify, I highly recommend you go to facebook.com/studio PTBO. You can watch the live back and check out kind of the diagrams and everything. So I want to say thank you. So once again, we are on a mission to help passionate, energetic entrepreneurs with marketing and mindset knowledge, help them build, grow, and scale their business online. Really fired up about today. We finished the manuscript for our book, which is super exciting. We're just breaking it down into different sections. It's headed into design mode. Super excited about that. So hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying great out there. And we're going to dive into it now. And let's chat a little bit about websites. So I just got a reminder, I have a meeting in 9 minutes. So we'll try to make this brief. I don't know if this is going to be a brief one. I might be late to my next meeting. That said, I really want to go through kind of our website process. This is a new PDF that we put out recently. And a lot of people ask us, when you're building a website, what separates you from everyone else? And what I believe separates us from everyone else is the fact that we're marketers. So while we build websites, we think of websites from a marketing perspective. I think it really separates us from the marketplace because while we do a lot of lead generation, book deployments, all this other stuff, really our focus is on whenever we build a website, which we consider your foundation, we start with your ideal audience. So what we really want to do is identify your ideal customers, demographics, psychographics. And then what we want to do is we want to create engaging images and text on your website. So this next thing that we do is what we really try to map out the step-by-step process that we need to take in order to get you to where you want to go. You know, whether it be staff bios or whether it be call to action items, we want to know where everything is going to be. And how we do that is we wireframe out all of our websites. So essentially what we do with wireframing is we really believe that seeing is believing. So what we do is we create a visual representation and overview of all the key components and functionality on your website before it's fully assembled. So this is something that's super, super important, something new that we just have implemented recently, but wireframes allow you to see where things are going to sit prior to actually going in and building the website. So that's really one of the things that sets us apart. The next thing is design. So, you know, our designers designed this specific document for us. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I think we do have the best designers in the country. And really their goal is to put your customer experience first. Again, we're marketers and we're designers. We care about the brand and we care about the fact that it actually reaches your ideal customer. So one of the biggest things that a lot of people don't know, but all of our designers are actually AODA certified. So this is something that is super important to us, is accessibility for Ontarians with Disability Act. So you want to make sure that your website specifically has, when somebody lands on your website, you want to make sure that you have compliance with AODA. So that's something that's super important to us. Obviously, once everything's set to go, once you approve everything, we then move into development. So really the focus with custom WordPress development is we build everything custom. So front end, back end, we really care about speed, we care about functionality. And then based on our approved wireframes, we then go ahead and actually take the design that we made custom and we put it into and we actually develop it. After that, obviously SEO is super important. A lot of clients come to us, when they come to us for the first time, they're looking for search engine optimization. And I'm going to get to that at the very end about reaching your ideal clients. SEO is amazing and something super important to have. But one of my favorite people in the world, Russell Brunson, talks a lot about the person that can outbid the person when it comes for like client acquisition. Sorry, that's not Russell Brunson. That's Jay Abraham. You need to understand your lifetime value of a customer. But SEO is something important. We do optimize your website to actually be seen by your target audience as far as proper keywords and making sure that the metadata is set up properly. But the biggest thing that I'm going to say is don't rely solely on SEO. Paid is honestly, if you're looking to scale, you can go a lot quicker with paid. And I'm going to get into that. So the next thing that we really focus on is obviously we don't launch until you see everything. We launch together. You have an account manager and a designer and a developer that work with you every step of the process. And then obviously I really pride ourselves on our customer service. This is something that's super, super important to me, is making sure that we are available. And that's honestly one of the things that a lot of our clients will tell you. If you've chatted with any of our clients, we deeply, deeply care about customer service. It's one of the things where we have a value here at Studio PTBO, and one of our values is over communication with clients and each other. And customer service is everything. And I understand that if customers aren't happy, then the lights don't go on. So that's really, again, something I want to say is customer service is everything. But the biggest thing about building a website that a lot of people forget is reaching your ideal client. So the line that they build it and they will come just is not true, especially in the online space. So after we build your website, if you remember from the very top of the conversation, we chatted about we're marketers as well. We're marketers and we're designers and we're developers. We build websites, but we think from a marketing perspective. So after you build a website, you need to drive your ideal customer to it. Like, how are they getting there? It's like opening a bricks and mortar location and not advertising. It's just silly. People might show up and they might get there, but you're not going to guarantee traffic into your store. And it's very similar to the way that we treat websites, very similar to the way we treat bricks and mortar shops. So we're finding more and more that people are shopping online. And if you choose to work with us, like building a website, one of the things that we do is we drive qualified leads, traffics, and sales to your website with online paid advertising strategy, something that we're really focused on, especially this year. And I'm going to flip over from a document here. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to grab another document because a lot of people have been asking me specifically about how we guarantee booked appointments. And they're like, well, how does that work? So after you build your site and you build your foundation, a lot of what we say is like, okay, it's great. You're only halfway there. The next step is to drive people to the website or drive leads or drive conversions. Ultimately, we all want to build our businesses. A website is a foundation. It's a foundation that you can build on. It's not the end all be all. So what we focus on after actually building the website is actually marketing it. So the next step and the next focus that we focus on and how we actually guarantee our clients 10 to 20 appointments. So we work with entrepreneurs, business coaches, business consultants, real estate agents, anyone really selling high ticket products and services to help them actually generate new business. So really our focus is ads. So we generate leads and sales on Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. And this is something super important because a lot of what we focus on, and it has been a big focus for us over the last little while, is omnipresent targeting and omnipresent retargeting. So the thing that we want to do for our clients, and a big focus for us with a lot of new clients we're working with, is not just advertising on one platform, but being omnipresent. So it's like if you're running Facebook ads, maybe you should look at running LinkedIn ads next, and maybe the next step should be Google and YouTube. Whatever your business may be, you have to think about A, where is your target ideal customer? And then B, where do I advertise and how do I reach them for the cheapest cost possible? And really the next step after the ads in what we do is we really try to drive people into like some sort of Facebook group or Facebook community. And the reason that we do this is because on the back end, while we nurture them, and we're going to get into email and text nurture, and while we nurture them, as you're providing value to them via a Facebook group, you start to build the know, like, and trust factor faster. So not only are they seeing you everywhere, they're seeing you omnipresent. If you start a Facebook group, it becomes almost this support group that essentially helps to build credibility in the online space. And we call it social proof. A lot of clients that we work with, and we're going to get into kind of retargeting, but a lot of clients we work with, they try that. They don't really do this. They might not always see the value in it, but there's a ton of value in doing a Facebook group. It's really creates a community and it creates the know, like, and trust factor. And really the next step that we do after we drive ads is what we want to do is we want to get people from the actual from the ad into an email and text drip campaign. And the reason that we do that is we never want to rely solely on the platform, because Facebook can go away, Instagram can go away, YouTube, LinkedIn. That's just the platform. Those are like kind of the major ad platforms right now. We don't want to rely on those platforms. We want to take the client's information off that platform and tell them via email, via text. Because say, for example, your business ever changes or you go down a different route, if you have an email list, and like this is actually Russell Brunson, he says there's traffic you own, there's traffic you can control, and there's traffic you can't control. Really, our goal is to help you not only control traffic, but own traffic. And that's really what paid traffic does. That's what paid advertising does. So what we do is we take all of the information from the clients off the platform, we put them into a two-way text to make it kind of, how do you put this? To make it more personalized, to make it more personal, very similar to your Facebook group. And then obviously we put them in an email drip campaign. And this is where our setters come in. So this is where the human touch point or the human call comes in. We're building an in-house call center, hiring more and more people to actually call our client leads. So what they do is they pick up the phone and they actually will call the lead for you, and they will book the appointment in such a way where it's like, hey, this is Raul with Studio. Well, obviously they call our leads as well, but hey, this is Raul with insert company name. They go through the sales process. They fill out qualifying questions. So say, for example, you don't want to get on a call without 3 to 4 questions being answered. You have qualified information headed into that call. So if there's a disqualifying question that you want to have, if there are any type of qualifying questions you want to have, our setters, not only are we doing this through automation, we're actually making those human touch points as well. And then really the next step is booked appointments. So that's really kind of the big focus that we focus on, is actually helping you book appointments so that your sales process can then take over and deliver you high quality leads. Like, for example, working with a client out of Michigan, CPA firm, and I think that they've had two really quality booked appointments in less than a month. And again, not every booked appointment is going to turn into this amazing sale, but like our client Ed, for example, I posted about this the other day. This guy like booked $100,000 contract through ads, like $100,000 over 3 years. So this is possible. People are adding $30,000, $40,000 a month in recurring revenue, but it's not just always one platform. It's multiple things in order to reach people on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter. Like, so many different platforms allow you to become omnipresent. And this is where the sale happens. So I want to flip over to another slide, because I think that this is going to be super valuable for you as well, to help you understand kind of how how when we actually work with us from a marketing perspective, not only are we already thinking about this from the website, like from the foundation, building the foundation, we're thinking about this as we run paid ads. So that really the next step that we actually do is when we're running ads, I showed you kind of the breakout of everything. This is really how we build the ads to actually help you drive lower cost booked appointments, lower cost calls. And I want to go through this really quickly. Obviously, we focus on your targeting, locating your ideal customer, the demographics, the psychographics, what they eat for breakfast, what they bought online, all of those things make a successful marketing campaign. I actually wrote this in my book. We changed this to the word, but really my focus is an irresistible offer. No amount of marketing can fix a shitty offer. The offer needs to be irresistible. It needs to outweigh. It really needs to outweigh the chance that you are taking in order to actually. There has to be some sort of guarantee or some sort of discount. Like, you have to make it irresistible. So what we want to do is we want to get people to take action right away. An offer is so important to do that. What is your offer? We guarantee 10 to 20 booked appointments. For some, we challenge them to do 50% off, because it's always more expensive to acquire new clients, but it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't necessarily have to be super, super expensive. You can decrease costs by increasing your offer. Obviously, we want to capture new leads. We chatted about email and text automation. We do chat bots in certain circumstances, certain industries. Obviously, we want to help you manage your lead flow with lead tracking. And this is really where the follow-up, where I chat about that. But the biggest thing I want to get across is the retargeting. And this is where the omnipresent stuff happens. Because like I mentioned in the last slide, the retargeting is really where the magic happens if you do it right. And Kurt Malley talks a lot about this, about, he's a really well-known Facebook ad specialist. He runs a program called the Belt Method, which all of our ad buyers are a part of. It's like building hot 7 audiences, hot 28 audiences, hot 90 audience, building all these audiences so that you can actually retarget them, but then doing that on multiple platforms. So doing that on LinkedIn. So one really cool thing that we've been testing and we've been doing recently, not a lot of people are running LinkedIn ads. We've gone really hard on LinkedIn ads as of recent. And really our focus is somebody lands on your website, and if you're in the B2B space, what we can actually do through a LinkedIn insight tag is actually they'll land on your website, and then they're going to get hit with an inbox on their they can get hit with an inbox in their LinkedIn inbox. It's called InMail, and it actually allows you to send a personalized message to that person because they landed on your site or they landed on something like a landing page of some sort. And you can do that on Google, you can do that on YouTube, and that's what we call being omnipresent. So it essentially allows you to build the know, like, and trust factor faster. So if you say, for example, you've ever landed on the Home Depot website, generally what they use is they use these little things that they call pixels. And essentially what a pixel is, it's very similar to if you've ever filled out a form online, but it's gathering together information from your ideal prospect, and it's allowing you to deliver ads to people on different platforms. So if they land on Facebook, say for example, you're sending traffic to a website for Facebook, and there's a LinkedIn tag, and that they go there, and if they're on LinkedIn, they're going to see you on LinkedIn, they're going to see you on Google, and they're going to see you on YouTube, and they're going to see your display ads, and essentially allows you to track them wherever you go. That's been a really big focus for us this year, is omnipresent, not only omnipresent ads, but omnipresent retargeting, and actually getting clients wherever they are. And it's surprising, like, especially LinkedIn, if we're talking ads, a lot of people think that LinkedIn ads are very expensive. They don't necessarily have to be. We're generating leads a little bit more expensive than Facebook, but we're still generating leads with our irresistible offer at maybe like about $10 to $20 more than we per lead than what we would spend on Facebook. But what we're finding is the lead quality is higher because we're in the B2B space. We're still generating really good leads on Facebook, but for us in the B2B space, we're looking for other entrepreneurs, passionate, energetic coaches, business coaches. It allows us to reach them on LinkedIn. So it's all of the above. It's all the things, and that's actually part of the reason why with omnipresent retargeting, we're actually looking at not only being on LinkedIn, Facebook, Google, YouTube, but we're actually looking into, billboards, checking out costs, because you want to be omnipresent. You want to actually reach people where they're at. And in the digital space, it's not enough to just throw up a website and say, we're done. Everyone's going to come to us now. It's not realistic. So, and then really the next step is the new client. This is really where your sales process takes over. And I've challenged a lot of our clients over the last while with their sales process. And the reason that I've challenged people is because what I've found over the last little while is a lot of people, they wing sales. And we're going to get into a little bit of a conversation about sales now, and then I'm going to end this. So the thing about sales and what makes a successful salesperson is their ability to prepare, and their ability to have a solid sales script. If the sales script's not working, you need to refine. If you talk to all the top sales coaches, I spent 10 years with a Fortune 500 company in sales. We always were practicing sales. We were doing quick sales role plays. And that's what I believe made me such a successful salesperson in the corporate world, is that we were constantly practicing, reviewing our game tapes as a salesperson and within your organization. You can market all you want, but if your sales process is broken, it will not fix. It's sometimes not a marketing issue you have. Sometimes it's a sales issue. And that's something I just want to encourage you with is if you have leads and you're struggling to close leads, the issue might not be a marketing thing. It might be a sales issue. And what you might need to do is go back and listen to your game tapes, just like an athlete would, or just like just like LeBron, or like, the God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant. They would watch their game tapes back. They have that Mamba mentality about how the fact that they want to win. But in order to win, in order to become better, you need to review your game tapes back. And that's really what it comes down to. And we're constantly tweaking, constantly figuring out, it's like, is this going to work on this platform? Being honest with customers and honest with clients. But sales is absolutely everything. That's where we drop off qualified appointments, let your sales process take over. But I will always challenge our clients because I think that, well, not I think, I know that just simply by changing the narrative around sales and we help our clients with sales too. Because I'll be really frank and really honest, whether a sales process is broken. One of the best pieces of advice I give to all my salespeople, I was given very, very early on in my corporate career by a sales manager, was they always said, never leave a conversation without booking a follow-up meeting. And I highly, highly recommend that. And one of the biggest issues people have within sales, within actually closing people, especially online leads or closing just sales in general, is the fact that they don't, they leave the conversation with no next steps. So you need to have a clear structure, a clear process. You need to make the client feel safe. And then the next step is always book the follow-up meeting. Never leave a meeting without booking a follow-up meeting. That's all I got for you. Hope you have a great day. I hope that helps you today. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Coffee with Cody. This was a longer one because I wanted to share this, really this process and how it works. And next week, our team is going to be working on really unpacking our IP to make it really easy for you to understand that it's not just a website, it's not just marketing, they all play together, they all work seamlessly, and they can help you grow your business. So I hope you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in another episode of Coffee with Cody. We will see you soon.